Adam Levine from The Voice has a hot new girlfriend, and she is, say it with me, a model. In my head, I heard you. You know, that's all he dates. He's having fun. He's 34 years old. He's a bachelor about town. He's got a great job, you know, and he's dating a 21-year-old Danish model. There she is. Her name is Nina. Although her name could be Blake or Laura or Michelle or any other girl, because while she's very, very pretty, isn't she, look, show her full body. She's like one of those interchangeable 21-year-old model girls. You know, they all have the same blonde hair. Even though Blake Lively's not a model, she's an actress. Doesn't she have like the Blake Lively thing? Oh, she's got the hip bone and she's got the pose with the pigeon toes and, you know, oh my God. She's got a nice, nice bosom and the whole bit. Okay, so great. So she's 21 years old. And here's the deal. According to the New York Post, Miss Nina previously dated Max George, who's 25, from the band The Wanted. Now see, you guys said, oh, when I saw him, I was like, oh. Let's show a close-up of his face and see if you change your opinion. Right? That's good 25. So Nina and Max's relationship was reportedly filmed on The Wanted's new E! reality show. Now here's where it gets, you didn't know they had a reality show coming out on E!, did you? That's what we're here for. I didn't either, but you know, apparently they do. So this Nina allegedly now is refusing to sign the release to allow them to air the footage, because Nina reportedly is no longer with Max, she is now with Adam. And she's worried that Adam's gonna dump her if he sees the footage. Listen, he's gonna dump you after he sees Hot Topics talking about the footage. Here's the thing though, honey bun, that's what's great about being 21. Do you remember what that was like? You make your mistakes, some of them absolutely terrible, but by the time you're 22, you're smarter, and by the time you're 23, you're even smarter. And girl, as pretty as you are, you can get yourself another Adam as long as you keep your nails done and your waist tight. So now, oh, and by the way, I'm gonna keep you posted when that Wanted E! show airs, because I would like to keep following exactly what Miss Nina was doing on that show to make...
Sunday nights after Kardashians.
Sunday nights after Kardashians? Perfect. Does that start this Sunday?
They just showed one.
They just showed one?
This past one, yeah. So they'll be right after this.
Okay. All right, right after this. Right, they showed one already. Anyway, for weeks, the tabloids have been claiming that the marriage between the country music superstar Blake Shelton and Miranda Lambert has been in trouble due to cheating on both parts. Sometimes you have to clarify that, you know, because when you hear cheating, you always think it's the man's cheating and the woman's at home crying her eyes out. Cheating is wrong on both accounts, but for some reason, as a modern woman, it makes me feel a little... more girl power when the woman's name is caught up in it too, allegedly. Do you know what I mean? It's all wrong, but there's been accusations allegedly on both parts, allegedly. So now Blake has opened up to People magazine. I was reading it in the nail salon the other week. Oh, it was a really juicy article. So he's denying that their 2-year marriage is in trouble. First of all, they've only been married for 2 years. So for anybody who's been married, you remember how those first couple of years are, especially if you have children. Now, these two don't have children together yet, but it's a 2-year marriage. But they're always on the road, you know, traveling and doing things, and he's busy doing The Voice, and it's gotta be difficult to keep a marriage together. Only 2 years. So here is what Blake, one of the things that Blake said in the new People magazine. Blake says, I tell Miranda, I have nothing to hide from you. That's always been our policy. Here's my phone, go through it. That's really the kind of trust we have. There are no secrets. I'll say, go dig through my drawers or my computer if you feel like you need to. I don't want her to ever have any doubts. Well, I'm no Miranda, but I am Wendy, and a quote like this would make me doubt you even more. Because... Because I'm like, okay, so I check your phone while you're in the shower, but the phone where all the jump-offs call is outside locked in your glove compartment. And I'll check the computer that you keep on your night table, but what about the one you have in your office? The one that you use on your telephone, and the one you have every place else. And as far as your drawers, how many drawers do you think rich people have? You know, by the time you check, like, you know where you need to check if you're trying to check something? Look in his Levi's from college that he keeps in the back of his closet, because all 4 pockets are probably hiding something, and that 5th one right up here is probably hiding something too. I don't know. I wish you well. I wish you well. I really like them as a couple. I like watching him on The Voice. As a tall, meaty girl, I love a tall, meaty man. And the idea that he's not just, you know, short or tall and lanky, you know, I like it. He's very attractive. And it looks like they have fun together, and she is not like this size 0 waif. I wish you well in your marriage, and 2 years is a tough go, so good luck, and we'll keep following you. So now, I forgot to talk to you about this concert that happened on Saturday night. Did you watch it on TV, the big concert? Jennifer Lopez was there, and a whole bunch of the other girls. So Jennifer was there, and John Legend performed, and it was called Sound of Change, the concert to benefit women's rights. It was on TV Saturday night, and John Legend's girlfriend, who was notorious for having a really big, loose mouth on Twitter, like Chrissy will just say anything that comes to her mind, and that's the way it is. Her name is Chrissy Teigen. That's John's girlfriend of 4 years. John used to be a friend in my head. Do you know how I tell you friend in my head? No, you know I coined that phrase because it was first Vanessa Williams, friend in my head. This is before I ever knew her. You know, she became Miss America. There was something about both of our backgrounds. Our mom and dad swathed us with love. They're both from education backgrounds, and you know the whole bit. So she became a friend in my head. And then Heather Locklear was the second friend in my head. I've always felt close to Heather Locklear. I don't know why. I've always felt close to her. So then she was a friend in my head. And I think the first guy who ever became a friend in my head was John Legend. Well, when he came on the music scene, there was just something about him that I feel close to him in my head. I feel, he comes over and we drink white wine and we laugh and there's nothing, nothing sexual, just a friend in my head, close. Well, you know when we broke up and we're no longer friends in my head? I mean, I love John, but we don't have time for one another. 4 years ago, he got with Chrissy. And she occupied all of his time. And it was 4 years ago, I got the show. So now my time is occupied here. And then John is seeing, Wendy, why do you have to do the Hot Topics? Wendy, you can't talk about me on the Hot Topics. Wendy, in my head. So I'm like, John, if there's something to speak about, I will, tastefully. You spend your time with Chrissy, and I've got a TV show to build. And I'll see you around, but we can no longer be white wine friends in my head. So anyway, if there's a celebrity that you feel particularly close to, then that's your friend in your head. Do you understand? Okay, now. Okay, so didn't require a clap. I don't know why they clapped. So Chrissy goes on tweeting backstage, and this is what she says, because she wasn't happy about Jennifer Lopez entourage. I won't get into it, but Jennifer Lopez people need to calm the F down. She shall still be my face and hair idol. Her people can kick rocks. I have never once been asked to leave an arena for an artist's supreme arrival. Maybe I should carry around horns and streamers. That's from Chrissy. And then she took it right down, probably because John came home and said, what are you doing? Why are you causing trouble amongst my peers? Anyway, how you doing, Chrissy? How you doing, John?